What's up, VK family? It's your boy Vital and welcome to another video on our YouTube channel. We appreciate you for joining us as always, and if you're new, make sure you subscribe because I promise we got heat constantly coming at you. Today, we'll be reviewing a very early pair of the upcoming Thunder 4s that are set to release on May 13th. The 2023 pair, right? This pair is actually released a few times in the past, so we have a decent idea of how it's gonna do and the demand, but I think when you guys see this version and see the details in 4K, it might really change your opinion or emphasize it even more, right? So definitely engage with us in the comments because you already know we love those conversations. Now today is going to be a quick review, right? On top of us just having a pretty simple and cool box, which we'll dive into. The sneaker in itself is pretty simple, all right? It will move fast, okay? And also we usually begin our videos with updates. There's not too many since the last one that we dropped 2 weeks ago or a week ago, just because, remember this, consistency is key. And if there's new updates every single video, well, we're not really doing anything with fidelity, right? So if you haven't already watched our last vlog about our flagship store that's coming to Chicago, which is right there, we're gonna link it up there for you, all right? Dive into that because that is constantly keeping us busy. That is the biggest update for us this year. And we hope that you guys will join us on that journey before we drop our next vlog. So definitely check that out. But on top of that, not a new update, but what has been keeping us busy because we constantly update it is our website for this year, vitalkicks.shop. All right, so if you haven't seen it already, if you haven't subscribed or even read the blogs on there or anything like that, take a look at it. I think you guys will really enjoy it. But after this review, if you feel, hey, these Thunder 4s need to be in my collection right now, and I can't wait till May 13th, well, we also got them up there for you early as well. All right, so all that being said, no new updates. Consistency is key. We're still working on it, okay? So no more time wasted. Let's dive into this review. And we're back. Okay, I lied to you guys. First, a little bit of history on the sneaker because I think it's important to mention before we take a look, a closer look at its details at least, all right? So the Thunder 4s first released in 2006. That was the first time they came out. Now, Jordan never actually wore them while he was on the Bulls, on the court, which would make them really coveted. But I think it being on a Jordan 4, which is just a great sneaker, and the very clean colorway made it very attractive. So even back in 2006, a lot of people loved it, all right? Then it retroed again in 2012 and people were like, yeah, now we know we definitely did. We missed it in 2006, 2012 we're grabbing it, right? So that was the year that the Thunder 4s, and actually the year that I first owned them as a kid, that was the year that these really blew up, right? And now they're returning 11 years later, so trust the Jordan community is gonna go absolutely wild when these drop. And we had a similar reference when it came to the red Thunder 4s that came out some years ago. These had everybody in the Jordan community going crazy, right? Black and red. And even though this wasn't an OG colorway, it sold out. And at this point, they're going upwards of $500, maybe $600 locally, right? So we already know when these bad boys come out again, given its history and given some of the new hype and heat, these are going to continue to drop numbers. So that being said, let's take a look. Starting off the box like we always do, if you haven't been admiring this from the very beginning of this video, now is the time because this is actually an original looking Jordan 4 box, all right? Recently, more recently at least, this is the red Thunder 4 box. We've been getting this, the more modern version of the Jordan 4 box, all right? With the yellow Thunder 4s that are coming out, as you can see, they're giving us the original look again. We're getting all black, with black splatter marks on it, and the lid is attached, right? That's a little bit different from the newer version where it comes off and this is what we get, all right? So I think the box in itself looks cleaner, it's more put together, but on top of that, if you look at the logos and the text we get over here on the upcoming Thunder 4s, the yellow ones, you're gonna get a very big flight with a yellow jump band compared to what every other Jordan 4 more recently has been looking at. So definitely lots of points for Jordan Brand there, really happy with this box. But we're not too worried about it. Let's dive into the kicks. Diving right into the B-roll and starting at the top like we always do, Mr. IH Productions behind the camera is going to capture some really sharp 4K details, starting with the sock liner. Right off the bat, you'll notice that the entirety of the sock liner is all black and a nice plush nylon material. The sock liner on the back of the tongue, however, is going to be in that Tor yellow, giving it a little bit of contrast around your ankle. I should mention while we're here that the signature upside down Air Jordan tag that's stitched into the back of the tongue is black, contrasting that yellow as well. Looking right into the insole, you're gonna notice the entirety of it is in black, this time with a pure white Jumpman. You might have been expecting Tor yellow on the Jumpman, but there are other hits of white, so I think it's a nice little contrast just to give it a little bit of a different color as well. All right, let's move down to the rest of the uppers and really see the quality of these details. As we move our way down to the rest of the uppers, you're gonna notice the majority is in a very clean, short-haired black suede. Now, when I move my finger from the left to the right, there's not much motion. And if you've watched my last videos, I usually signify high quality suede as when I move my finger, it either gets lighter or darker, right? That's usually longer hair suede, higher quality. But something about this short-haired suede is just not low quality at all. It is butter. Like when I run my finger through it, even though I'm not seeing that motion visually, it just feels so smooth and high quality. On top of that, and you'll really get to see this when we do the close-ups in the 360, these Thunder 4s have close to no glue stains. And we know when it comes to Jordan 4s, especially in the past 10 years, there has been so many glue stains around its uppers, especially where it connects to the midsoles. So I can confidently say, especially for early pairs where those flaws might be seen even more, that they definitely put a lot of love and a lot of quality control into the 2023 Thunder 4s. Moving on, to keep this colorway consistent, the pair only comes with black laces and no additional ones. Similarly, the tongue comes black, and that's also true for all the mesh panels on both sides of the sneakers and its tongue. To create contrast on all this black, they put a yellow panel underneath all the mesh, a white Jumpman with a yellow flight embroidered on the tongue, and finally, yellow eye stays to hold the laces. Finally, to wrap up its uppers, we get a white Jumpman on a black heel tab. And really, that's it for the uppers. Like I said, it's gonna be super quick and sweet because we're gonna focus more so on the materials, but also they only chose a few colors, keeping the uppers really, really clean. And if you can't tell from the way I'm talking about it, I think that is absolutely perfect, right? And we don't need more than what they're giving us on this pair of sneakers. That being said, let's move on to the midsole. Similar to the rest of the sneaker, majority of the midsoles is going to be in that Tor yellow wrapping around the sneaker. You'll notice that the air unit, however, is in white. The only visible color that's gonna contrast that midsole is these black panels that extend from the middle all the way to the toes. Finally, we're gonna wrap it up with the outsole where we get those same flavors again with white, black, and Tor yellow. This time with the Jumpman on the bottom. And so that is it on our early review of the upcoming Thunder 4s that are set to release on May 13th. We hope that after seeing these details, you have a better idea of whether this is a cop for you when it drops or if you need them right now like your boy does, all right? These are actually my personal pair, so if you want to see them on feet, we decided not to put it in this video, but definitely tap into our shorts because we'll be showing these off, maybe along with some fit combos as well, all right? Just to give a different dynamic, all right? But that being said, definitely engage in our comments, and we always end our videos the same way. I have to give these a vital rating, as well as my boy Mr. IH Productions behind the camera, okay? So as you hear these ratings, if it makes you upset, put that in the comments. If you agree, put that in the comments. We definitely want to have some cool conversation off of these, all right? But I think you guys have a really clear idea of which end of the spectrum I'm going to rate these on, considering everything I said on top of these being my personal pairs. So for Vital's rating, for the upcoming 2023 Thunder 4s, this is going to be a 9.2. A 9.2. That is right. And the reason why I say that is because, one, I remember these as a kid, so I definitely needed them again as an adult. And like I said, the 2023 version went hard. Not only are we getting an original box with nice colors matching and all that fun stuff, the quality on this pair of 4s is unbeatable. I'm literally looking along the edge and it is hard for me to find a glue stain. And when it comes to Thunder 4s, it's almost like glue stain nation. Matter of fact, when the very expensive the very expensive Travis Scott 4s dropped, right? Now these are going for what, $1,000, $2,000? The glue stains on them were absolutely ridiculous, right? And I can actually still see them now. So for such a covenant, such an expensive pair to have all these glue stains, and then this have close to none, I am super impressed, right? So on top of it looking amazing, it is gonna be a strong 9.2 for me. All right, let's wrap it up. Mr. IH Productions, what do you think about these upcoming 4s?
Gotta give it a 2.9.
2.9. Dude, every time I rate super high, you rate super low. What's the deal? Like, why don't you like these? I just want to agree with you one time. One time we can be friends, but you just want to fight about everything. What is it about these that's 2.9?
Too yellow.
Too yellow. Too yellow. You just don't like colors. He doesn't like colors. He doesn't like colors. That's what it is. I'm starting to realize every time there's a color, we have completely opposite opinions, all right? But that is the world we live in. That is okay. It is okay to be a sneakerhead and have your own opinion and not like what everybody else likes, all right? So that being said, we hope to hear your opinion in the comments so we can have some dope conversations. But we already know you're going to join us on the next video. So don't forget it's your boy Vital, and we'll see you soon, VK family.